Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something that literally affects every single one of us every single day, our food. We're looking at a fascinating set of source materials detailing what's being called the food of the century. It's all about why a plant-based or vegetarian diet is being framed by researchers and philosophers not just as a casual lifestyle choice, but as an absolute necessity for our holistic health.
To set the stage, there's this incredible quote from Master Ji Gong in our source material. He says, eating a piece of meat is like swallowing a bomb. Wow, right? That is a striking analogy. It instantly grabs your attention and really sets the tone for uncovering the hidden impacts of our daily dietary choices. It suggests that the danger of a meat-heavy diet isn't just some slow process over decades. It's an immediate, explosive burden on our bodies.
So here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll cover the food of the century, then the hidden dangers of meat. After that, healing the physical body, followed by nourishing mind and spirit, and finally, saving our shared planet.
All right, let's jump right into part one, the food of the century, a global megatrend.
You know, vegetarianism is no longer just a niche practice. Driven by some serious scientific research, plant-based eating has actually shifted from a purely religious practice to a massive modern lifestyle choice. It's being embraced by youth and global icons alike to ensure survival and wellness. Our sources highlight figures like 9-time Olympic gold medalist Carl Lewis, who actually credited his absolute best performances to his plant-based diet. And then you have researchers like Dr. T. Colin Campbell, who spent 40 years, proving the deep connection between food and disease. So this is really a global awakening driven by health and science.
Moving on to part two, the hidden dangers of meat, what lies beneath the surface.
So what are these hidden dangers? The source material points out some severe physical consequences of eating meat that, honestly, often go entirely unnoticed. First up, toxins from fear. During slaughter, animals experience extreme panic, which releases highly toxic stress hormones like adrenaline directly into their flesh. Second, we have heavy chemical accumulation. The texts cite findings from Iowa State University showing that meat can actually retain 13 times more of the pesticide DDT than plants do. That's a huge difference. Then there's unsolvable cholesterol, which builds up as hard blocks in our arteries, causing severe heart disease. And lastly, zoonotic diseases. The massive scale of modern animal agriculture is explicitly linked in the texts to unprecedented viral mutations and outbreaks, including things like COVID-19.
And according to the texts, a really stark physical contrast happens at a microscopic level. While meat consumption leads to acidic, cloudy blood and a high vulnerability to pathogens, a plant-based diet promotes clean, alkaline blood with high natural immunity. The sources emphasize that a plant-based diet literally shifts your body chemistry to an alkaline state. Basically, it creates an environment where diseases just struggle to survive.
That brings us to part three, healing the physical body, the power of plant-based nutrition.
Now, the texts outline this fascinating nutritional philosophy called the 5 colors of food. It perfectly demonstrates how nature's varied yields directly support our vital internal organs. It's actually incredibly elegant. So white foods like almonds or radishes nourish the lungs. Yellow foods like corn or pumpkin aid digestion. Green foods like spinach boost the liver and blood. Red foods like apples or tomatoes strengthen the heart. And black foods like black sesame or woodier mushrooms protect the kidneys and skin. It's like everything your organs require is beautifully color-coded by nature.
And this crucial point is summarized beautifully by this age-old wisdom. Nourishing with medicine is not as good as nourishing with food. The big takeaway here is that plant-based food is positioned as the ultimate preventative medicine. It provides necessary proteins, vitamins, and vital dietary fiber, but entirely without the heavy digestive burden of meat. A healthy gut microbiome cultivated by plants naturally flushes out toxins, basically making your daily meals your most effective daily medicine.
Next up, part 4, nourishing mind and spirit, cultivating inner peace. Shifting to a spiritual perspective, our sources argue that a diet free from killing fosters a genuinely tranquil mind and significantly reduces worldly attachments. By choosing not to consume the flesh of slaughtered animals, the texts explain that you avoid taking on the heavy karmic debt of that violence. This supposedly allows your mind to achieve a state of true clarity, deep peace, and diminished greed.
The sources also outline that meat eating fosters negative traits like cruelty and selfishness. But conversely, a plant-based diet cultivates a much different, much more positive set of virtues. By stepping away from the cruelty of slaughter, we actively develop empathy, compassion, care and protection, mercy, and equality. It's framed as replacing negative karmic debt with innate, pure compassion for all living beings, perfectly aligning your external actions with your internal morals. Finally, let's look at Part 5, Saving Our Shared Planet, a Crucial Act of Salvation. Here, the sources clearly link the commercial meat industry to devastating environmental consequences, building a profound sense of urgency. I mean, the sheer volume of animals bred for human consumption requires massive amounts of water. It leads to the clearing of vital forests, depletes natural resources at an entirely unsustainable rate, and the texts argue it contributes directly to the escalating natural disasters we see happening today.
Therefore, to truly protect our environment and prevent future crises, shifting to a plant-based diet is presented not just as a personal health choice, but as an absolute, essential global responsibility. It's described in the source material as a necessary act of planetary salvation. By simply changing what we eat, we actively participate in rescuing the environment and preserving it for future generations.
So I want to leave you with this profound question to reflect upon as you consider how your next meal connects you to your own well-being and the earth itself. According to these texts, true health is a harmonious triangle of body, mind, and planet. Are your daily choices nourishing all three? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and maybe take a closer look at what's on your plate.